Hello, hello. We are live. Welcome to this week's edition of Ed Out Loud. It is Thursday, March 30th. Oh my goodness, where has this month gone? Where has this year gone? 2023 seems like it just started, but it's been an amazing journey so far. I hope that your 2023 has taken you where you want to go as well. I am super excited to be here. This is our second episode number 2 of Edna Out Loud, relaunched, rebirthed, thanks to Pluto. That's another story, but super excited to be here. I recently was gifted some new toys by my son. He got me a handy dandy schmancy fancy new microphone, and I have a new webcam. So if you look at last week's video as compared to this week's video, you're going to see the total difference there. And so, yeah, super excited about that. I haven't yet figured out how to make sure that people get invited to the live streams. I mean, I know it goes public on YouTube, but hopefully the word's getting out. Post it over on my Facebook. And if you follow me there, you are probably here. So if you are, join me. I'm going to try to figure out how to see comments. Not sure. Hopefully I don't click the wrong button. Well, that didn't do anything. So I guess it didn't hurt anything at any rate. But I have to figure out how to see comments. So I may not be able to see your comments until after I get off the video. So learning curve number 1, figure that out. Everything is figure outable. So cool thing is I wanted to talk to you guys about some things this week, and I have some notes. So if you see me looking down, I just don't want to miss anything in my notes because it's that good. It's super exciting. You might have noticed the title of this episode. It is called Never Too Late. And believe me, I am not old yet. I am older, moving towards older or whatever. I always tell my kids when they tell me I'm old, I'm not old yet. But I want to talk about never too late and what that can mean for you. I really miss the comments. That's what the cool thing is about going live on Facebook is you have those comments right there. So I guess I'm going to have to figure that out. Okay, I'm getting a squirrel moment. I tend to do that. I talk a little fast. I get really squirrel brain. So I'm going to try to stay focused on our topic today, which is never too late. So I want to talk to you about that in terms of, it's never too late to chase a dream, to become someone new, always become a better person today than you were yesterday, to find happiness, to pivot and maybe change directions altogether. It's never too late. So sometimes I'm a bit taken aback by, just seeing people who are stuck. They are immobile, can't move, miserable. Maybe they're just confused. Is that you? Have you ever been in those places? I know I have many times, and that's okay. But the key is to know that it can be different. It's never too late, and if you just keep moving forward, there's some good things in store for you. So let's talk about that. So my hope is to bring you some inspiration and empowerment today that will help you create a life that brings joy, that brings you passion, happiness, and, sets your heart on fire. And what does that look like for you? For me, like right now, I've got what I call angel bumps. A lot of people call them goosebumps, but you just know when that heart soul connection has happened and that you're on the right path. So, going through life, I seem to have had kind of an uncanny resilience to bounce back from a lot of bad stuff that's happened in my life. And just to be totally transparent, It hasn't been really until later in life, that older period, till I finally started to get it, till it finally started to make sense to me. And so I kind of want to talk with you about that and talk about how you can move your life towards what your purpose is, what your calling is. I have gone through a number of things in trying to figure that out, and sometimes being confused about it, sometimes being stuck about it. Um, but I think what I'm going to share with you down down below, if you're going to read this on my blog, which that will be up soon, but what I'm going to share with you today in this video is some things and tools that you can have that will help you move forwards and find your happiness and your joy. So, let's talk about this purpose, this calling, if you will. Everybody has one. Everybody has a purpose while you're here on this earth. It is your job to find out what your purpose and your calling is. Um, it's going to be different for everybody. It will not look the same as anyone else's. And, once you find it, you're probably going to want to share it with others, but it's perfectly okay to keep it on your heart and private if that's who you are. Um, what matters is that we pay attention to that longing in our heart, that you don't ignore that voice inside that says you're special, you have a gift, and you should share it with someone. Because even if you change one person, even if that sharing your calling shifted something for that one person towards their purpose, towards greater joy, towards finding help or resources they need, that's an amazing thing. And that's a fantastic feeling to know you've made a difference, because you just need to make a difference for that one, right? Okay. So you might be wondering, where do you even start with this? There's a lot of different things you can do, and I will put some links in the description below about different tools that you can use. And one of the things that I did a while back was to do it's a strength finder. It's through gallup.com, and it's a strength finder poll that you go through, kind of like the Myers-Briggs test, if you will, but it will outline what your strengths are, and so that you can focus on where you want to take your purpose, right? So, um, the one thing I would tell you is to start right here, right now, right now as we speak. Just start. Because even if you are older, like I am, or you are a young person just starting out, it's never too late. Maybe you screwed up. I don't know. I've certainly made a lot of scripts in my life. We won't go into that list here today, but just because you make a mistake, just because you make a left turn and it should have been right, or just because you're 20 years older than everybody else in the room, or whatever that is, you start right here, right now. You make that decision, you make that choice, and you put one foot in front of the other and take action. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to tell you is keep a positive mindset. That has been my inner core for, in fact, positivity is actually my number one strength. Go figure. I haven't always been positive. I'm not positive every day, but I do strive to wake up in the morning and find something to be grateful for. And every night before I go to bed, as long as I'm not exhausted, because I mean, let's just be real, we're real humans. Um, I find something to be grateful for. Today, I'm grateful that my son gifted me these amazing tools, the new mic and the new camera, to further my heart with Edna Out Loud. So always find something to be grateful. Keep your mindset positive. We're going to talk more about that. So, um, just remember that what you need to know will come to you when you need it. You don't always have to know how to get there, but what's important is to know where you want to go. You want to visualize. You want to see yourself where you want to be. You want to see yourself doing what you love. I started working on Ed Out Loud years and years and years ago, and now we are just now getting to the point where I think we have finally found that niche where it can grow and flourish and bloom. And so, yeah, but it started with that visual process. And we're going to talk more about that. So, let's talk about how it's starting now. Show up authentic. Show up with the real you. Okay, this is the real me right here. Messy bun, messy hair. Last video, I was all polished because I'd gone to a business meeting. But honestly, sometimes we don't want to show ourselves or show up because we're worried, or we get in our heads. We think that people don't want to know the real me. This is the real me, guys. This is as real and raw as it gets. Well, okay, maybe it could be a little more raw, but we're not going to go there either. We are on camera, but you want to be the real you. You want to be, because the real you is the best you. It's the you that is full of passion, full of joy, and that will connect with the people that you were brought here to connect with. So be the real you. It brings out the best in you, and that's what people want to see. So the real me shows up. I may not always be 100% put together, but I can assure you my heart is always 100% on target to create my dreams and live my best life. I've struggled with self-image over the years. I've had thoughts that I'm not smart enough, that I'm not worthy, that I'm not skilled enough, that I'm not pretty enough, all the things, right? But those are just thoughts. Those are just thoughts. Let's think about that for a minute. You do not have to let your thoughts control you. You don't. You are in complete control. You can choose to turn those thoughts around by telling yourself positive things. And your mind is going to believe what you tell it. So for all you geeky peeps, maybe you're a little bit like me, and you may just be wondering, there's actual science behind this. There's a part in your brain, it's called the reticular activating system, RAS for short. And I first learned about this when I read a book by Dana Wilde called Train Your Brain. That book changed my life. And if you haven't read that book, Train Your Brain by Dana Wilde, I highly, highly recommend it. Totally turned my life around, and I am so grateful for it. You'd think, having my background degree in psychology, I would have learned about this in the school, but I didn't. But that kind of goes back to everything has its perfect timing. What you need to know will show up when you need to know it. And everything happens for a bigger purpose in your life. And so that perfect timing will lead you to find your true path. So what does the RAS do? The reticular activating system. Well, in a nutshell, it searches out for things that you tell your brain. It really literally does this. So when you say, for example, I just never have enough money to go through the end of the month. Well, your reticular activating system, your RAS, kicks in and says, okay, let's go. Let's go find things that's going to mirror that, that's going to line up with, I never have enough money. So if you keep telling yourself that, that's exactly what's going to keep continuing to show up in your life, in every day, in every um, area of your life. So you might be thinking, okay, well, that kind of sucks. Let's do something different then. So let's change the story. Instead, what I want you to say to yourself, and out loud is better. I mean, we aren't adding that out loud for nothing. Out loud is better. Trust me. Just trust me on this. And it feels a little weird when you first start doing this, but I promise if you'll stick with me, you will find for yourself that this will change your life. So you'll get used to it. I promise. So instead, say, I have all I need. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. I have to attribute that one to Dana Wilde. That was one of her mantras that she would share in her monthly or weekly mantra. Everything is always working out for my highest good. That one is a favorite of mine. I say it often and many times a day. And I love the energy that flows back to me when I use that mantra. So it'll bring you lots of good things. So let's talk about another tool. I mentioned above, well, maybe I didn't mention it. I don't know. My notes are kind of squirreling on me, but let's talk about vision boards. And I don't have a picture here to show on video. I don't know. I don't think I'm comfortable enough with my camera yet to actually pop it around to show you my vision board, but I will share it in the comments below if I figure out how to do that. Or it'll be in my blog post too. So you can always check out the blog post. So vision boards are amazing tools that work to bring your goals and desires into reality for you. And they're extremely powerful. And I can tell you this because I know I have used vision boards for a number of years and I have seen many things on my vision board come to life. My favorite one is I had put a picture of my husband and I were out on a hike and he was kissing me and I made a little heart of it and I put it on my vision board in this blue hammock because I wanted to earn my incentive trip to the Bahamas. And there, one of the excursions was like an island getaway thing in these blue hammocks. And I was like, so I did that. And guys, we went to the Bahamas in 2014, and I have a real life picture of my husband and I kissing in that blue hammock. I'm telling you, there is power in creating a vision for your life. So, you might want to have a vision board that encompasses all of your life, but you might want to create different vision boards for different things in your life, whether it's family, whether it's work, whether it's a vacation. I mean, it really is all up to you. There's a lot of different places you can go to create a digital version. One of the sites that I like best is through Oprah Winfrey's Oprah.com, I think is where she is at. I'll post a link down below. I have it in my notes, but I don't want to misspeak the link. And then maybe I can figure out how to plug it into the video here for you. That's another learning curve. So you can check that out, figure out if you want to do a digital version. You can also use things like Canva. If you go to canva.com, they actually have a free tool where you can create a digital vision board. And there's like a ton of pictures and things that you can pull from there. So, but for me, I like to do mine by hand. I guess I could have, I'm not going to hop up and maybe I will at the very end. I don't know. I didn't think about pulling it off of my wall to show you here. But anyway, I like to flip through the magazines, and whether you do an online and print things off on your computer or you actually have real magazines. I know in today's digital world that's kind of a an enigma, but I like to find those magazines. I don't keep too many because, yeah, me and paper don't generally get along, but I like to see, I like to feel, and as I create that vision for myself. So, you just need some old magazines. Doesn't have to be anything fancy schmancy. You need some scissors, a glue stick, glue dots work too. Um, you could even just use plain paper. You don't need anything fancy to do this. Um, and then you just start arranging your pictures um, how you want to see them, whatever your heart places in that field of vision for your future. So give it a try. It really is that simple and it works. And so that's another tool that you can do to bring your vision and into your own reality. So, in sharing all these things, I just want to come back to bringing this back home. It's never too late. I have a quote on my vision board from C.S. Lewis. He says, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream." So I have to ask you, what are your dreams? What are your goals? Where do you see yourself in 10 years, 5 years, next week, maybe? That's okay too. Sometimes the goal is just to get to the next day, right? Be a better person tomorrow than you were today. Um, Remember this. You are the creator of your life. Don't let your age, your current situation, your current resources, or whatever your itty bitty icky committee is trying to tell you to get you to stop. And I give credit to that term, itty bitty icky committee, to my amazing friend, mentor, and one of the best humans on this planet. Her name is Becca Levi. She is a Scentsy Superstar director, and she touched my heart many years ago. And I will always be grateful to her for teaching me about the itty bitty icky committee. So you need to fire their ass, is what you need to do. And always know, because you deserve happiness, you deserve joy, you deserve to feel being alive. You deserve to have your heart set on fire, because it's never too late. Okay, guys, that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here. I really enjoy connecting with you. If you have found some value, do me a favor. Be sure you like the video. Be sure you share the video. Be sure you subscribe to Edna Out Loud so that you'll get notification. Oh yeah, turn the bell on so you'll get notifications of when I go live again. And it really is my heart to bring inspiration and empowerment to you so that you can live your best life ever. I hope you have an amazing week, and we will see you next week for episode 3. Bye now.